Welcome back, everyone. A new report by Garson Shaw, a global used clothing wholesaler, shows that different generations in the U.S. markedly different attitudes toward buying and reusing clothing. Now, in their report, it says 65% of Gen Zers at least toss at least one item of wearable clothing every month. 36% of Gen Xers do the same, and only 25% of baby boomers do so. The U.S. Environmental Agency, or EPA, is estimating that 11 million tons of textile waste is going to landfills every year. Garson Shaw's survey is suggesting that half of that consists of reusable items. Okay, let's talk more about this. And joining us is the CEO of Garson Shaw, Lisa Jepsen. Lisa, thanks so much. It's a fascinating report. I had the chance to kind of go over it somewhat thoroughly before we came out here today. I want you to talk about the key takeaways from the study, because, I mean, the amount of people who maybe use something once and then simply toss it, it is staggering when you break it down: Gen Z, Gen X, and baby boomers. What do you take away from that?
Yeah, it is very serious also that all this very good clothing are thrown away, and it's very bad for the environment, and it's also bad for people we know need these clothes both in the U.S. and for the export markets. And
so 11 million tons of clothes that could be wearable. You're looking at landfill right now. This is where a lot of it ends up. So we know which groups are responsible for tossing out the most waste, but did the study break it down? Why do Gen Zers take this look at something? Nearly 2/3 of them may wear something once or once a month and simply toss it out. Why is that?
I think it is the power of the cheap fast fashion. They the younger generation, Gen Z, are very affected by the advertisement for buying new and new and new, and you have to have a new outfit every week and every day. And I think the younger generation are most vulnerable for this kind of advertisement.
And let's talk about the environmental impact, because the amount of water. I was stunned to learn about that. Explain why water is at such a risk because of this, and just the environmental impact about water, and then landfills filling up. And these are clothes that could be reused, if not in the United States, certainly in a nation overseas somewhere.
It is, and it's also proven or calculated that by reusing just one garment can save 3,000 liters of water when you consider all the water that is used in the production process, like just from the beginning for growing the cotton to dyeing the clothes in colors, and the whole process takes 3,000 liters of water for just one garment. So if you prolong the life of these garments that once are produced, then you can reduce the water use significant. It's actually like the UN Environmental Program have come with a statement about the fashion industry produces about 10% of the global carbon emission.
Wow.
It's more than all international flights and maritime shipping combined. So it's a significant effect it has.
Well, let's talk about what role companies, fashion companies that sell items of clothing, what can they do? Because we've showed a couple of stores that would simply be called a budget issue. The clothes are less expensive than you're going to find in other places, so it makes it a lot easier for this younger generation to wear something and then just toss it.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can say is that they shall stop producing clothes that don't last more than until the next wash, or that they cannot be reused, because that's also what happens. That is that we see more and more clothes in our collections that are of the cheap, fast fashion quality. And the problem is that when this comes to the thrift stores in the US, or if it comes to the export market, the customers, they hope that when they buy secondhand, they buy something that will last longer. So it is the best solution is to stop producing all this. But I know that's an unrealistic statement to come with. But for us, we in our industry, we advocate very much for reuse before recycling, and that is our statement, and that's also why we have made this report, because we think it's important to have a tool that can bring together everybody in the industry to protect our industry and promote that clothing, once it's produced, then it shall be used until end of life and not be destroyed or not be put into like fibers that has to be made with a lot of chemicals and stuff.
Indeed.
So it's important.
It's a good report, and I would encourage everybody to go check it out. It's Garson and Shaw. Lisa Jepsen is the CEO of the company. Lisa, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.